Hey, hi, hello. We're back at it. Today, I'm going to be coloring a quick page in the Comfy Patterns Bold and Easy Coloring Book by Coco Wyo. And what you see right here is me just trying to figure out which page I was in the mood to do. I am actively trying to finish this coloring book so that I can give a full flip through. I have really been enjoying this coloring book. I am most of the way done with it. I will say some of the designs I struggle to have the motivation to finish, which is why I am glad that I have other pages that can kind of fill that gap in the meantime. Um, yeah. So what you see here, we end up selecting this mushrooms page, and off screen, I'm just grabbing a white sheet of cardstock paper. Sorry for that long pause. I was trying to remember the word. But I just grabbed a sheet of cardstock paper. I think it's like a 80-pound paper. So it's pretty heavy. It's heavy enough to take any of the bleed through the page and it not transfer over to the page behind it. So that's always a good thing. And then you'll see me attaching the clipboard here just to hold the page in place while I color. Okay, so before we get too deep into the video, because we have roughly another 20 or so minutes, I just want to quickly introduce or reintroduce myself to you if you are new to the channel or returning. My name is Dee, and this is Dee's Colorful Life, where I share cozy hobbies and anecdotes about myself and some of the experiences that I've had, and also tips and tricks for different cozy hobbies that I engage in myself, trying out new ways to engage in cozy hobbies, and just a little bit of everything. Just kind of like a lifestyle and hobby kind of situation. Um, this is my first foray into content creation that is not tied to small business ownership. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting used to that. And I really enjoy sharing the things that I like with others and building community. So I hope you enjoy the content as it is produced. And I really hope that y'all will consider being in community with me. So what you see here, I'm just using a deep red alcohol based marker to do the tops of some of the mushrooms, and then we're going to be picking some other colors. And right there, I was just doing a page check to make sure there was no gapping, which there was not. Luckily, I have made that mistake before where I had misplaced the cardstock and I ended up having bleed through onto the following page. And I will definitely be talking about that in a full flip through video one day, hopefully one day soon, because I am fairly close to being done with this book in particular. So yeah. Let's see. Some of the other cozy hobbies that I engage in are cozy gaming. I am actively playing Bug Snacks through PlayStation 5, and that is very fun. I also am an Animal Crosser, which hopefully soon I'll be able to put out some content revolving Animal Crossing. I had to get my Switch Lite repaired because the internal charge port decided to just give out. So that has been a little sad. I really miss my island. I miss my villagers. I miss all of the constructing. I had quite literally just learned how to cook. So I'm just like, give me back my island. But we're good. I promise we're good. Um all in all, it's not too bad. I am going to take it to a licensed repair shop and get that situated. It did fall outside of the warranty because I've had this well past the warranty dates. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it to a licensed repair shop local to me, and fingers crossed, hope for the best. I also plan to upgrade my setup and get another model of the Switch. I'm not sure which model I want. I've been kind of teetering between getting the OLED or just waiting for the Switch 2 to drop because it has way more storage space. And I figure, with some of the things that I have going on with my life fairly soon, I'm going to actually have the time and resources to game more. So I'm like, I probably should invest in something that has more storage space. So I'm actively looking at the Switch 2. I'm waiting for more details to drop about it, and then I'll be able to decide fully from there. If you're a Nintendo Switch player, please let me know your opinions on that because I've seen kind of mixed reviews where a lot of people are like, "Oh, you need to just wait for the Switch 2 because my OLED gave me issues or my just base my base model Switch was giving me a lot of problems and the Joy-Con stopped working at a certain point." Like I've heard a plethora of different opinions about it, so that's why I'm just kind of curious where y'all are at with that. Um, you know, if you care to share, that would be wonderful. This is a space where you can share all of your opinions and all the good things, bad things, all the in between things, things to consider. I'm not a serious gamer. I am fairly casual when it comes to gaming. So these are things that I would like other people's opinions on just so I can have a decent idea of like what's really happening. Also, my apologies. As you can see, my head comes into frame a little bit at the bottom. I didn't realize that I was in frame until after recording, and I can't uncolor a page. So y'all just get to see my bonnet a little bit. That's all right. I am comfortable and I am at home. I didn't have to go anywhere at the time of recording. So I just had my bonnet on to just keep my hair out of my face. My hair is kind of long-ish, especially in the front. So a lot of the times I keep my bonnet on throughout the day when I'm in the house just to keep it from being in my face, but also to reduce any tension that could come from potentially pulling it into like ponytails or buns. Um, with my hair being as thick as it is, continually styling it. Oh wow, that just like blocked most of the mushroom shot. I'm so sorry, y'all. But yeah, continuing to style it into like high tension styles is just not good for my hair because it will break at the root, and I don't want to cause any kind of not follicle but follicular. I don't want to cause any follicular damage to my hair. I have spent a lot of time growing my hair out to where it's at right now, and I don't want to mess that up. So bonnet it is. Plus, it keeps the lint out of my hair. I have locks, and y'all will see that as I put out different kinds of content. For those who may have missed in my first video, I was a small business owner to a cosmetics company, and with that came a lot of makeup application and recording myself doing makeup. I don't have all that same footage, but I am going to return to it on a hobby base. I am uh, constantly looking for ways to improve my makeup routine and my application techniques, and also trying out different products that work with my skin type and with the style of makeup that I like to wear. So I can't wait to get back in front of the camera and share that kind of stuff with y'all as well. I am very excited about that. Also, uh, I know I'm a certified yapper, but I don't know what y'all want to talk about. So please leave something in the comments to let me know anything that you would like me to yap about. Yeah. I really just want to put it simply. I don't know what all y'all want me to talk about, and I want to make sure that I'm putting out content that y'all are happy to engage with. So if you have anything that's on your mind, anything you want to know about from my mental perspective, please let me know. I am open to all of it. Well, not all of it. Don't get weird in the comments, please, because I will call you weird and you'll likely get blocked from the channel. I'm just going to be real with you. I am 28 and I have had internet access since I was like 10. So, yeah, don't get weird in my comments. I don't have time for that. Thank you. Let's see, what else could I talk about today? Oh, another cozy hobby of mine, other than coloring and other than doing my makeup and other than um, gaming, is reading. I love to read. I have a very special place in my heart um, for like historical fiction, particularly works that are inspired by real life events and um, just kind of color the perspective of what's going on in the book. I also love that particular genre of young adult novels that are about being revolutionary and examining the ills of society and how they can improve and be better. That is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. And I feel like returning to reading some of those books in my adulthood gave me an even better perspective on how to move and operate through life now and how to be able to teach my own kid how to move and operate as well. These are things that are really important and conversations that should be had as early as possible in age appropriate ways, of course. But yeah, I feel like as a parent, it's my job to inform my child of what's going on. I can't have my child out here being ill informed because we just don't have that kind of privilege where she can safely navigate through the world without knowing what's going on. Just like I can't safely navigate through the world without knowing what's going on. It is incredibly taxing, but I would do it over and over again to make sure that not only is she informed, but she has the tools and the skill sets to be able to navigate safely and to find her own peace and successes and all the good things, even in the midst of all of the struggle. The whole point of parenthood is to make a better life for your children. And if if someone tells you different, don't listen to that. The entire point of parenthood is to make a better life for your children. And it can look very different for a lot of people, but I do want you to know that that's the main goal, to make a better life for your kids. You know, some part of it for me is like when there's book fairs, I make sure that she has plenty of money to spend. You know, I was not as privileged in that way as a child. So for me, it is a huge deal to be like, hey, here's some money, go have fun at the book fair. And for her, she's able to find more books that she has a passionate interest in. And it has greatly improved her reading and comprehension, even at such an early age that she's at. So it just really makes me happy that I'm able to do things like that, even in small ways, just to be like, hey, um, I was thinking about you. You can have this thing for no special reason. It's just you were on my mind and I really love you and I wanted to share this with you. It just makes me really, really happy. Not to mention, also, on the reverse side of it, in my adulthood, my own mom has been able to just step in and foster such a beautiful relationship between the two of us where we can really come together and not only have relationship as adult child and parent, but genuinely have something of a beautiful friendship with each other. My mom really is one of my best friends, and I'm incredibly lucky for that. Considering like the statistics and it's like, oh, statistically, being from this kind of area and growing up at this income level, this, that, and the third can happen. And I am so, so proud to say that we defied the odds individually and collectively in so many different ways. And it just makes me so happy. It really brings me a sense of peace and joy to be able to be like, yeah, we really did beat those odds. We were able to accomplish so much more than people thought we could. I think that's really important. And I think it's amazing at the end of the day, honestly. Also, quick side note, I am incredibly excited about aging. particularly that I have given myself the room and the space to engage in hobbies that may not be typical for an adult to engage in. But just being in touch with the parts of myself that just make me feel like a whole human and like a whole person. It is so easy to get wrapped up into the routine and the schedule and the expectations of being a spouse and being a parent and doing both of those things at the same time, as well as showing up in your friendships and trying to cultivate local community with other parents and also trying to develop friendships with other parents and just other adults, period. It is a very delicate balancing act, and sometimes some parts do suffer. I'm not going to, sugarcoat that. Some parts do suffer in the meantime. However, it is very possible to have a full and fulfilling life as long as you take some time to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, all of those roles are filled by you, the actual person. And as long as those roles are there, there's going to be time where you need that extra time and that extra space. And for me, sometimes it just means taking 30 minutes to an hour to open a coloring book and grab my markers and color pencils. And sometimes that means putting on like a trash reality TV show in the background while I color and watching the outrageous behaviors on the screen. I was like, wow, this is not how people would act normally in real life. This is so crazy and so wild. And it's funny. It's a little funny. I'm not gonna hold you. That's one of my guilty pleasures is like trash reality TV. I've loved reality TV since I was a kid, and it's so funny to me because it's like, wow, there is nothing based in reality about any of what they're doing right here. Oh my goodness. Like, it's so funny to me. Oh goodness gracious me. Some of my favorite like trash reality TV are the ones that are based around love, like Love is Blind, um, Say Yes to the Dress, Bridezilla, Married at First Sight, 90 Day Fiance. I love them. They're so ridiculous. They are so ridiculous. And some of the people on those shows are like, "Oh my god, why are you even here? This is terrible. Why are you here? How did they cast you?" you know. But you can tell, especially if you regularly engage with reality TV, like, oh, okay, this was just a ratings casting. Like you weren't cast to actually do this experiment. They just want the numbers to go up because you're so outrageous. And it works. The formula works because we keep coming back for more. Am I right? Like it's ridiculous. Oh, another branch of reality TV that I love are like those shows where you have a professional come in and try to fix your business. Like what's that? Kitchen Nightmares or Bar Rescue. Love them down. Oh my goodness. I could watch those back to back to back. I could marathon those, honestly. They are so good. It's so ridiculous. And then this is an old one, but a good one. And it's not reality TV based around people, but it's about meerkats. I am talking about the iconic Meerkat Manor. Me and some of my best friends have been watching it from the beginning, like from the first season together, and it is so ridiculous. The way that they socialize is like so close to how humans socialize with each other. I'm like, oh, this is absolutely wild. Oh my goodness. It is so wild to see the dynamics that play out between these meerkats. I'm like, wow, they really nature really nature really did her big one because people act like that too. Like it's so wild to see it happen in real time. But I have been thoroughly enjoying it. It's like watching three different reality shows at once, and the main stars are all meerkats. Which I know sounds so wild out loud, but if you can, Watch Meerkat Manor if you have access to like Amazon Prime Video. It's hilarious. I love it. It's good. I'm not gonna hold you. I used to love it as a child, but watching it back as an adult is like, oh, I missed so many different things when watching this as a kid. Oh man. Isn't that kind of funny? The phenomenon of like watching things back as an adult and being like, oh, I did not catch any of this when I was like 8. Oh my goodness. It's truly something. Uh, oh, there was a question that I answered in my last video that I didn't fully answer. So I just really quick want to wrap on that before the end of this video. I was asked about, do I recommend any particular type of coloring books to start in this hobby with? And I'm just going to tell you the truth. I think coloring books that are bold and easy, like if they have bold and easy in the title and in the style, I think those are a wonderful starting point so that you're not having to push yourself to try to complete something that's complex and has a lot of shapes and patterns and in the way that some coloring books can be formatted towards adults, and they're just very complex and very complicated. I remember I had grabbed a book of like patterns. It was like patterns from around the world, and all of them were incredibly intricate, and the spaces were very small. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I actually can finish this because my eyes were just kind of jumping all over the page. And to this day, I think I started maybe one section of one page, and I've not picked that book back up. And I feel terrible for not picking it back up, but it's just hard to get into unless I really have like 2 to 3 hours. And again, being a mom and wife, I usually don't have that kind of time to myself until very late at night. And by that point, I'm too tired to want to do something really intricate. I just want to do something that's easy and fun. So I recommend bold and easy type coloring books. The one that I'm doing right here is from the artist collective Coco Wyo. And I really like this book. It was definitely, a purchase of faith. And I'm glad that I grabbed it. It was really fun to start in. This is one of the first of the coloring books that I started in when I started to engage in this hobby. And I'm really glad that I did. I also have the Stress Relief Color by Line book by Vivi Tinta. Very good book so far. I've done one page so far. I will say that one's more intermediate because the lines are thinner. So if you are an alcohol based marker colorer like me, you absolutely have to be very, very careful about getting too close to the lines. Oh, and there goes that bonnet again. All right. That's okay. Okay, well, oh wow, the focus really jumped off. Okay, I'm glad I moved my head though, because that helped to refocus on the actual mushroom cap. Oh my goodness, that was a lot going on right there. My apologies, y'all. I think I was so in the into the page because I was trying to make sure that that shade of green was actually picking up as something darker than the base, and I was a little bit worried about it. But once I saw that it was good, I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. We're good to go from there. For the materials that I used the Caliart brush markers in the 51 count set. It has one colorless blender and 50 pigment based alcohol markers. They are dual tipped, meaning that there's a chisel and a brush tip. I really, really like them a lot, and I am hoping to upgrade to the 121 count. Um, Hopefully, really soon. I do have some markers that are drying out. Like the green that I used in this page is starting to show signs of drying out, and I'm like, no, that's one of my favorite shades of green in this pack. So, please continue watching. Also, I do have a wish list that will be in the description. So, if you are so inclined to help me continue to color and share my hobby with you, you can take a gander at the wish list. I will be incredibly appreciative. And anything that is purchased off of the wish list, I will make into video content, and I will give a shout out if the gifter so chooses to be like, hey, thank you so much, insert name here, for grabbing this book for us. And I'll even dedicate a couple pages to you if you'd like. I think that'll be really cool. Also, I'm going to leave the link to our Discord channel. So if you are looking to build community for like-minded individuals who also enjoy coloring and other cozy hobbies like gaming and reading and all the good things, please consider joining our Discord. It is absolutely free to join. You don't have to pay anything. It is 100% just community building. So thank y'all so much. That is the end of the page. Wait, no. We got just a couple more minutes on the page. I need to do the shadowing for the red mushrooms. My apologies, y'all. But we are coming up on the end of the page for sure. We're just gonna do the shadows for these red caps. And in this particular set of color pencils, I don't have a deeper red shade than just the one red shade. So a lot of the times when I'm shading on top of red marker, I use a purple color pencil to give that depth. And it works. I use, like, depending on the tone of the red, I'll use either a cooler purple or a warmer purple. Today called for a more warm purple, and it works out. It absolutely adds to the depth and the texture of the mushroom cap. Like, you can see the difference, and it's quite wonderful. It's quite satisfying indeed. But we are coming to the end. Thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please leave a like and a subscribe if you are so inclined. Thank y'all for everything. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself today, and I can't wait to catch y'all in the next video. And we're done. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.